These are some of the heroes that we have in Toronto. They're called the paramedics. They're the ambulance. They do a fantastic job. They should get a raise. In life, it's generally like that. It's like that soft bed, hard bed crap. So we're in the Annex on a rainy day. I just want to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
So there's tons of coffee in the Annex, and I'm wondering, where do you generally go to get your coffee? Like, would it be a corporate place, or would it be like a local place?
More local than corporate.
More local, eh?
If it's for like leisure, then local, independent, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Bob Marley said, some people feel the rain and some people just get wet. What do you think about the rain?
This is okay for me. As long as it's not really heavy and windy, and I like it a little.
Okay. Hey, what do you think about Prime Minister Trudeau's beard?
Don't really have an opinion about it.
Do you think it looks good? Like, is it a, you know?
I think it's stupid that we fixate on something as useless as facial hair.
Okay. Iran.
Yeah.
Any feelings about that subject right now?
Like what in particular?
Do you have a feeling on how this situation is going to maybe end up, or how it's going to go over the next little while?
Maybe I'm hoping nothing happens, but my guess is nothing will happen until the election is over, because I think his base, Trump's base, is still very anti-war, anti-interventionist, and he's probably getting pushed and getting a lot of pressure from the neocons in the White House and the State Department and the CIA and all those guys to fight. But I think he knows better that if he goes to war with Iran now, he'll probably lose a big chunk of his base, especially if the candidate is somebody like Bernie or somebody, you know, more to anti-war or has more credibility on anti-war, then yeah. So I don't think it'll be a war. Right?
Got a message for Bernie Sanders?
No.
No? Okay, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Ma'am, we're in the Annex. There's a lot of great places to get coffee. I'm wondering, do you gravitate more towards a local independent or a chain type of coffee place?
Well, I'd like to find a place that's casual and down to earth. I don't like a place that's too pretentious and exclusive seeming. I like a place that welcomes a variety of kinds of people and is not overly stuffy and elitist. So I guess it would depend on the place, but I would like that kind of an atmosphere.
Okay. Bob Marley said some people feel the rain and some people just get wet. What do you think? What do you think about that quote?
Okay, you'll have to repeat to me. I'm an older demographic and I have to get things repeated sometimes.
Oh, sure. Bob Marley said some people feel the rain and some people just get wet.
Okay, I think I understand. I think I know what he means. I haven't heard this quote from him, although I know who he is. I guess the meaning of it is some people appreciate the beauty and the horror, depending on what the experience of the rain is. They feel the meaning in it, and they understand it more than just their inconvenience or the fact that it's, I mean, obviously if they're in a hurricane, I don't expect them not to be unhappy about being wet, but I think I understand that he's using it as a metaphor.
Okay. What do you think about Prime Minister Trudeau's facial hair? Do you like his new beard?
To be frank, I think he's entitled to appear, to wear a beard, and I'm not against beards. It's entirely the decision of the individual. But personally, to be very frank, I think he was more attractive without one. But that's my own taste and bias.
Yes.
I don't object to his having one. I just personally found him more attractive.
Let's talk about Iran. What do you think will happen between Iran and the United States?
Nothing good. Trump really made a mess of things, as he always does. the guy is an out of control narcissist of the worst kind, and it's all about him and his ego and distracting attention from his impeachment process and wanting to get reelected. So he's made a lot of trouble with Iran. He tore up the nuclear agreement that was in place, that was, I think, very effective and arrived at by many wise people, and it was working. And now he tore it up, and now he's instigated a terrible situation that has, personally, I hold him very much responsible for what happened with the downing of the airplane. If he hadn't instigated what he did, those people would still be alive.
Okay. Do you have a message for Bernie Sanders?
Well, I think Bernie Sanders is great politically. I like his politics very much. So I would say just carry on, because regardless of who ends up being nominated and for what reasons, he and also my mind goes blank at times. The other person who's radical, and I hate this because I'm a feminist. I don't want to forget someone's name because they're a woman.
Elizabeth Warren.
Thank you, Elizabeth Warren. This is a senior moment, people.
Not a problem.
Not to stereotype seniors, but I have these moments. Okay, so Elizabeth Warren and he, who represent the radical part of the candidacy, I think they're carrying out a very important part of the dialogue and the debate, the discussion, which is the more progressive, left of center point of view. I'm certainly with them on the healthcare issue because that's what we have here and what they want. So my advice for him would be, don't be sexist and just carry on with what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There's lots of great places to get coffee around this neighborhood. I'm just wondering, would you gravitate more towards a local place, independent, or do you like the chain type of coffee places?
But definitely independent place.
Okay. Bob Marley said, some people feel the rain and some people just get wet.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
But it means either you get annoyed by events that comes to your life, or you just accept them and allow you to be wet and feel it.
Okay. What do you think about Prime Minister Trudeau's beard? Do you like his beard?
I did not know he had a beard.
Okay. Do you think that what do you think will happen between the United States and Iran?
I have no idea.
Okay. Do you have a message for Bernie Sanders?
Keep going.
Bernie Sanders is the man with the white hair. He's about 77 years old.
Yeah.
He's he calls himself I can't remember right this second. It's pretty cold outside.
Yeah.
Democratic Socialist.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with him?
But I know him a bit for what he wants to do.
Okay. Do you have any advice for Bernie Sanders?
I think he should go on with love.
With L-O-V-E, with love?
Yeah, with love.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. So, hey, Spike, you're in the Annex. Where would you go for coffee? I would look for a second cup, and I'd go there because I like the second cup. That's my place. Hey, Spike. Bob Marley said some people feel the rain and some people just get wet. What do you think about that? Well, you know, that's pretty deep. And what do I think about that? Some people experience life. Some people savor life. Some people enjoy life. Some people struggle with it. Some people fight it. You got to go with it. Do not fight, man. Do not fight reality. Try and shape reality. Trudeau's beard. Hey, Spike, what do you think about Trudeau's beard? Oh, I think the Prime Minister looks fantastic with that beard. Mr. Prime Minister, Let's put some money towards fighting Alzheimer's disease. Let's cure that disease. It's going to ruin a lot of people's lives. It already has. Iran and America, what do you think about that, Spike? Well, I wish Iran the best of luck, as I do our neighbors to the south. Good luck, guys. Hey, Spike, you got a message for Bernie Sanders? Yeah, I do. Bernie, keep doing it. You're awesome, Bernie. We love you. Good luck. I hope you have really good security on top of that, Burns. Watch out for those crazy people down there, Bernie. Good luck to you, sir. Bye-bye. There's lots of places to get coffee in the Annex. I'm wondering, would you gravitate towards independent place or like more of a corporate place, generally?
I like an independent place, especially in the community, and I like to support local business.
Find that there's really good coffee here in the Annex, I guess?
It's hard to tell. I mean, you know, you go from one place to another, and coffee is such an individual taste that it's, you know, it's really up to the individual. A lot of people like Starbucks, but, you know, I will try to find something that's local. There was a really great coffee shop that closed before Christmas, but because of the rent increases along the Bloor Street strip between Spadina and Bathurst, that you know, the independent coffee companies can't afford to stay here. So it really is the chains that can afford it, and unfortunately that's what happens.
Right.
So you can find pretty good local coffee as long as you do some good looking.
Bob Marley said some people feel the rain and some people just get wet. What do you think about that?
On a day like today when they're forecasting so much rain, sleet, freezing rain, I think you feel the rain. When you're on a beach in Jamaica, you just feel the great warmth and wonderfulness.
Okay. You and I are sporting some facial hair, and so is Prime Minister Trudeau. What do you think about his new look?
I haven't really looked at it, as a matter of fact. It doesn't matter to me either way. I mean, beards are, this is just basically something that I felt that I've been doing for a long time. It's gotten gray. If the Prime Minister wants to wear a beard and he can sport it, go for it.
Yeah, his is black.
Yeah.
Okay. Regarding Iran, how do you think that that's going to play out? Any feeling in regard to that?
Well, like in the Middle East, it's a big puzzle that's been going on for many years. I don't think it's the West. I don't think the West can really figure out Iran. I think the West has got to stay out of all the Middle East politics.
Thank you. Oh, do you have a message for Bernie Sanders?
Go Bernie.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome.